Hey guys! Oh, I'm not mad or anything, it's just whenever I'm typing I forgot to change that and stuff. Although I will admit, I do feel a bit upset though. I don't know why, but I'm starting to have like a raging headache up on my head. Oh, it's starting to hurt. I really hope it ain't my sinuses starting to act up, because I really don't want that. I mean, after all, we gotta do this, and we got a Shitsu Kaisen stream to do as well. And I want to be sure I be able to do both of them. So if I'm not really fully into the spirit and stuff, I do apologize. But anyways, greetings creatures and humans alike. I am Magi Q-Dog. And in case you haven't noticed, tonight we'll be doing our Creature of the Week stream, where we'll be talking about the Fearsome Critters over here. Look at them. We got a Cactus Cat, we got a Jackalope, we got a Hidebehind, and we got a Hodag. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of critters to talk about tonight. So let me put me notes. Oh, hang on. Oh, you're not gonna do it now? Oh, maybe because I haven't done that yet. Ah, here we go. Okay. Was able to fix my notes and stuff, so let's go on ahead with it, shall we? And by the way, sorry for the mispronunciations or whatever. Y'all have been around long enough, y'all know what goes on. Anyways, the Fearsome Critters are a category or group of mythical and imaginary strange creatures told in American folklore and lumberjack tales. Due to the fact that there are many different fearsome critters, they all come in different shapes, size, colors, and strange characteristics. But as a whole, a lot of the fearsome critters have appearances of animals found in American wildernesses, or those that are domesticated animals, like bears, bobcats, mountain lions, woodchucks, alligators, rabbits, moose, dogs, and even horses. Of course, I can describe a few of these critters that are the most well known. For example, the Jackalope is basically a jackrabbit with deer antlers. There's also the Hidebehind that in early art concepts appears as a tall, upright, shaggy dog with long limbs and a humanoid-built chest. The hoop snake is a snake that can grab hold of his tail and roll around like a wheel. And the Hugag is an ugly-looking moose creature with a big upper lip and jointless, stiff legs. But there are other critters appearing as monstrous beings, like the Hodag that appears as a reptilian beast with horns, fearsome face and fangs, claws, and a long tail with spikes along his back. The Tripodero is a reptilian or amphibian seahorse-looking creature with two telescope-like legs that allows it to spring up and down like a tripod. And it's got a kangaroo tail and a long, narrow mouth-like nose that can shoot clay slugs out of. The Dum Dum, or the Duck Footed Dum Dum, is a cat-like critter with a drum-like back, two drumstick-like tails that it uses to beat on its drum back, and a head with only eyes and a nose, but no mouth. And the Snallygaster, the one that I talked about on my previous Creature of the Week stream, which you guys should totally check out on my YouTube page. It appears as a dragon, but with a single eye, bird wings, metal beak and claws, and tentacles in his mouth. In other words, the critter's got a bunch of strange and wonderful looks. The fearsome critters, as strange and even comical as they appear, actually plays a crucial role for lumberjacks and woodsmen in American folklores. The fearsome critters play some major roles for the early pioneers that went to the woods to work. The main one is the critters are used as a cautionary tale, warning lumberjacks about the dangers of their work and the wilderness around them. For example, the Hidebehind is said to be a predatory creature that comes out at night and wait for a lumberjack to leave their campsite before ambushing and devouring them. As just, lumberjacks learn to stay near the campsite during the night at an unknown wilderness. Another one is a hang on, let me try to pronounce this right. Dungavenhooters. There we go. Basically, these are alligator-like critters that wait in the marshlands to ambush its prey with its large club-like tail. It especially likes intoxicated people, so its tail tells people to avoid drinking while out and about in the swamplands. Another role they play is to explain unusual sounds, unexplained natural forces, and strange phenomenon. With this, one of these critters is a Splintercat. This is a nocturnal bobcat-like critter with spines along its body. This cat would dive at trees at ferocious speeds and headbutt the trees to make them explode and fall over so they can eat raccoons or bees. These critters can explain about strange... Okay. Whew. These critters are used to explain about strange trees that have fallen during the night and the sounds of trees falling over. And then there is the axe-handled dog, a wild dog with an axe handle for a head, or axe-shaped head. Why did I type that down like that? Anyways, this critter is known for sneaking onto campsites or at working areas and steal axe handles or axes to eat. This critter is used to explain missing axe handles and axes when they are placed down. And the third role they play is simply for entertainment and storytelling. After all, put in the wilderness where it can be stressful and sometimes boring, you need a story to make you laugh and have a good time. One of these is the Goofus Bird, a bird critter that can fly backwards and build its nest upside down. And another one is the Body, a woodchuck that basically charges at a person to scare them before spitting at a person and retreating. This will make a funny story for any person to laugh at. There are other reasons for the critters, like explaining strange animals or sharing experience out of the woods. But as a whole, it's mainly for entertainment and explaining the unexplained out in the woods. I already mentioned some kind of fearsome critters above, what with the Hidebehind, the Hodag, axe-handled dog, and Splintercat and more. However, that's only scratching the top of the surface when it comes to the fearsome critters. The critters as a whole have a lot of many different creatures, with some being recognizable and some you probably never even heard of. Luckily for you, I'm here to share these strange creatures. Note, I can't name all of them since there are so many, so I'll share the ones that pop out of mind. First off, it's the Cactus Cat. This desert-daring, dwelling. It says dwelling. This desert-dwelling cat appears like a bobcat, but with thorns and spikes like a cactus and a long branched tail. They will come up to a cacti at night and slash at the cacti to drink its sap, where it will then get intoxicated and stumble around, or in rare cases, attack travelers. But they are mostly harmless to humans. Then you have the Gumberoo, a hairless bear critter with indestructible skin and can repel most firearms. But it can die to fire. However, setting it on fire can cause the Gumberoo to explode in a massive explosion, so I don't recommend that. Next is the Argopelter, a well-sized predator with hook-like tails to allow it to hang on to the side of a mountain at the top. Then once it spots its prey below, it slides down the gulping hole before climbing back up. The Argopelter is a monkey type of critter with long whip-like arms that it uses to throw rocks, branches, and other projectiles at lumberjacks, making it one of the more deadlier fearsome critters around. Another dangerous one is the Wampus Cat, a critter with roots to Cherokee folklore that appears as a mountain lion with 6 legs. 2 of these legs act as arms and hands. This one's peculiar, as the legend starts off in Cherokee as it was once a witch that was cursed to be transformed into a mountain lion beast. Let's see. Alan. Of course, later on, these species appear in American folktales as critters. You also got one of the strangest looking fearsome critters I've ever known, and that is the funeral mountain Terrashots. They are So, let me try to explain this one. These are casket-shaped sheep-like creatures that grazes on top of Funeral Mountain and multiply until they reach a certain number. Then they all line up, walk down across the desert to reach to the other side. But they always perish due to not being able to handle the sun and the heat. Their bodies would then explode leaving behind casket-shaped marks on the ground. Uh-huh. I kid you not. This is actually a fearsome critter. Look it up if you don't believe me. Now, another strange one is the bedcats. These are bedbugs that escaped from the cabins during winter, feed off of bobcats, and pretty much became bobcat-like creatures themselves. Oh, I'm doing fine. Yeah, how you doing? And sorry I didn't recognize you. I was kind of busy reading this out here. But yeah, we're going to be talking about the fearsome critters right here. And speaking of which, I think we got one more to talk about when it comes to the mini critter segment. Alrighty. Well, I hope you get some entertainment out of this. Let's see. Now, other than the bedbugs, you also got the fur-bearing trout, which is basically just a trout with a coat of fur. So, yeah. Not really much to tell about that one. Anyways, from the bony, ball-tailed cats, cube egg-laying Gillygaloo birds, old spider legs, which is a horse with spider-like legs, the ugly Sqounk, and the beaver-tailed kangaroo legs Bildad. Even the Jersey Devil, the devilish creature of New Jersey, is seen as a fearsome critter, though some can argue about that otherwise. So basically put, there are many different strange creatures to behold. And, kinda, I'm using a magical spell to allow me to change my voice. I'm a supernatural creature. Anyways. So, thanks to the strangeness of the fearsome critters and remarkable behaviors, each of the creatures seem to have their own unique powers and abilities that they use for hunting, surviving, or just to meddle with lumberjacks. For example, the Splintercat, as I mentioned before, can jump at trees at high speed and break them in the process with a powerful skull, although they tend to get cranky due to having headaches. The Columbian River Sqounk, a coyote bobcat mixed critter, got long ears that could generate and charge electricity to use for hunting, and the discharge can heat up the air and make a singing like shockwave that can fool people into thinking someone is singing in the woods. Let's see. Now then, the Gumberoo's got an invulnerable skin and hide, able to repel most weapons and firearms. And although you can burn the Gumberoo, it'll explode, which may catch you in the blast radius. Plus, with it being a bear critter, it can easily get you with its mouthful of fangs and claws. The Dingbat, an antler owl-like critter, are capable of catching and eating bullets that are fired out of a gun. This makes the Dingbats fast-flying critters. The Hidebehind is capable of stalking its prey and keeping out of sight by quickly hiding behind anything to obscure its prey's sight. Oh, thank you. I really like this model and stuff. Although I will admit, it wasn't really my choice. I kind of put this out on my Twitter pool to see which of the ideal models would win, and this one pretty much came out on top. Anyway, where am I? Okay, here we go. But yeah, prey out of sight. It's even able to hide behind something that should be impossible for it to hide behind, like a branch or a small rock. Plus, it's an agile stealth predator. The Whirling Whimpus, a gorilla-like critter with sharp, long claws, is capable of spinning so fast that it becomes invisible. And if anyone encounters one, they'll be ripped to a puddle of blood by the spinning claws. And the Roperite, a speedy, fearless bird critter, got a beak that's in the shape of a lasso. So not only is it fast, but can catch prey using its lasso beak. Oh, okay. I guess it kind of does look like that, huh? But let me tell you what it actually is. You see, I happen to have the power to either transform, partially or fully into any mythical creature that I know of. So this body right here that you see is actually a mix of different mythical creatures. I got the mermaid tail. I got a periwing, I got a succubus wing. I got a horn of a certain Philippines female centaurs. I got an Amazon body. Oh. And I got these legs too. So yeah, think of me kind of like a Frankenstein. That's the best way to describe me. Now then, where was we? We was at the Roperite. So they use their lasso beaks. So, here we go. So as you can see, there are many critters with unique powers. But these critters also got weaknesses too. I made the concept design of it, like the drawing of it, but I didn't really make the model myself. I pretty much have someone that's able to make it for me. But I think it turned out pretty good. But yeah, we're talking about the weaknesses now. So yeah. Each of the fearsome critters got their own weaknesses, so you gotta know what kind of weaknesses there are. For example, there's the hoop snake. It is a deadly poisonous snake that can come at you with it using its body like a hoop or shooting out at you too. However, simply moving out of the way can allow the hoop snake to fly off and allow you to escape. The Hugag doesn't got joints in their legs, so they must lean on trees to sleep. Hunters that know this will cut the trees just enough that whenever the Hugag leans on a tree, it'll topple the tree over along with itself and get stuck to the ground. And then the hunter will just come back and kill it later on. The hillside gougers, and mammal grass grazing critters, have one set of legs that are shorter than the other. Due to this, they must only exist on mountains and slopes and graze along the side of it. Hunters can easily just strand the animal and let it starve. Now, of course, these... I am getting tongue twisted right here. Yeah, I pretty much commissioned someone. The person's name is Shuna. They're on Twitter and stuff. They do really, really good. I recommend them. Now then, let's see. Where was we at? Thank you. I think they've done a great job too. Let's see. So they leave them stranded. Now these are the critters that are easy to deal with. But what about the more dangerous ones? Well, we got that too. With Argopelters, if you're able to spot one, just get out of their throwing ranges and then shoot at it since they're just monkey critters. The Skeeteroos, giant intelligent mosquitoes, are dangerous due to targeting livestock and even humans. But if a human can outsmart one, you might be able to trap them, and then take a big fly swatter to splat them. Oh, thank you for the follow, Nia. I'm really glad you follow me. And by the way, welcome to the guild. And by the way, you noticed me talking a bit lightly. I kind of heard one of my family members up, so I'm going to keep my voice down just for a little bit. So I'm going to lean up real close right here. Now then, the Skeeteroos, you might be able to swat them with a big fly swatter. But for real though, I say trapping them and using fires or weapons can deal with them. So as you can see, many of the fearsome critters got both incredible powers and weaknesses to exploit. Now, as I speak about these fearsome critters, they are described as imaginary beings made up by lumberjacks and woodsmen during their expeditions to cut down trees for lumber. As such, I assume y'all are wondering, why would I talk about these creatures? After all, they're just tall-tale beings from Campfire. Well, I don't blame you. I mean, after all, imaginary beings don't exist in mythology, right? Well, truth be told, imaginary beings actually do exist in not just one, but two different mythologies. And as such, the fearsome critter can totally exist in myths and legends. The first example I want to use is the egregores. These beings are psychic thought-form entities told in Western esotericism and occults with roots from Greek and the Book of Eon. These beings are born from a collective belief of many people in religious groups like occults or organizations. Thank you. I really hope they get there one day. I will eventually. Just gotta keep on at it. Let's see. So egregores, can have many different appearances, but they normally behave as they help guide the occults and groups and influence the behaviors of members or police the place of worships. These beings are thought forms, existing due to the collective beliefs of humans. As such, fearsome critters are similar to egregores. Another example of thought beings are the tuba of Tibetan Buddhism. These beings, like the egregores, are thought form beings, but they are born from spiritual purposes and mental powers from a group of Tibet monks. These beings are sentient and are independent like a free will imaginary friends. Although imaginary friends are completely different from the tupa, the egregores and tupa are proof that imaginary beings like the fearsome critters can be real in mythology. But I will say that fearsome critters might not be imaginary beings, as they are often seen as legendary mythical creatures just like any others. But I kinda want to mention this segment just to share the imaginative side of the critters. Now here comes the really good part. Fearsome critters as a collective group have become quite famous. Well, I mean, not with this model, but my first model, yeah, definitely. Let's see. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I guess I can show you a little bit. Alright, we're gonna pause this class for a second and show our main group. Yeah, of course not. I mean, this is pretty much kind of like a chat stream anyway, so if y'all got any questions and stuff, whether it be about these creatures right here or just about me in general, I don't care to answer them. But yeah, let me show you the main intro real quick. I think you're gonna be surprised about this. You see that? That was me. It is. The best part is, I animated that myself. In fact, a lot of stuff that you see on here is stuff I created. The background, the opening scenes, and a bunch of different rooms that I created too. Yeah, I'm pretty much an artist and stuff. So I was able to create pretty much mostly everything that I got here. Including this board right here and all these fearsome critters behind me. The only thing I really can't do is make models like this. That's where I need help. Oh, and the music too. Thank you. I try my best. I really do. Although there's only so much time that a person can have during the day and night. I really need to get some more time. But anyways, let's continue on with this class. After all, we pretty much got this segment and then we can conclude it and then we can talk a little bit. Thank you, that's really good. I hope, let's see. Wait, what was I gonna say? Sometimes my words can, pop out of my mouth before I even think about them. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying this. Thank you. Although in this case, I'm a talented woman. Anyways, fearsome critters as a collective group have become quite famous, especially the well-known ones like the Hodag, Hidebehinds, and Jackalopes. As such, they have appeared in many different forms of media and modern pop cultures, from movies, TV series, books, games, and so on. In movies, there is a short horror movie called The Hidebehind that's based on the Hidebehind. There's the Brotherhood of the Wolf that's shown a fur-bearing trout, and the Field Guide to Evil's got a segment called Beware the Melonheads, as a family in a cabin encounter imaginary monsters. The animated movie, Bob's Broken Sled, is a Christmas movie where Elf met Fluffy, the fur-bearing trout, Blue, the Hidebehind, and Whoopsie, the bald-tailed cat. Even Zootopia had a fearsome critter. In the chase scene at the museum near the end of the movie, a prehistoric rabbit with antlers is displayed, showcasing a jackalope. Wiz TV series, Lost Girls features the Sqoink, but instead of as an ugly critter, it's a humanoid fae with magical tears. The 1993 America's Funniest People featured a jackalope-headed character named Jack Ching Baba Bing. Jack Ching Baba Bing. Jack Ching Baba Bing. Jack Ching Baba Bing. Sorry, that's fun to say. A lot of cartoons also feature critters as well, like some of the Scooby-Doos, with a Hodag from Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, and a jackalope in the movie Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders. The Secret Saturdays had a Cactus Cat in the episode Cryptiv vs. Cryptiv. Earthworm Jim had a giant fur-bearing trout that was an ancient and all-knowing being. And the famous Gravity Falls had a few too, including the fur-bearing trout, jackalope, and the Hidebehind. Even My Little Ponies got jackalopes in them. Which is, But more surprisingly, anime and mangas actually got 2 animes that features fearsome critters. Episode 5 of Made in Abyss features creatures called the Embio that appears and behaves like Argopelters. And episode 10 of Saving 80,000 Gold in Another World for My Retirement features horned rabbits that look like jackalopes. In comics, you got the Hillbilly series by Eric Powell that features a Talipo, a dangerous rodent-like critter with a long tail. And Loco Man by Tim Seeley and Tony Fleece got a villain named the Hodag. Magic the Gathering's got a card named Jackalope Herd, and Metalsuit's got a bunch of fearsome critter cards. In video games, Culcept, Culdcept, that's how you spell the game, got a playable creature card that's the Sqoink. Fallout 76 features a lot of mutated monsters as mythical creatures, including a few fearsome critters. Jackalopes appear in many different games, which includes Red Dead Redemption, where you can shoot a skin one. Don't Starve talked about them. Rampage got a monster named Jack the Jackalope. And Sushi Striker, The Way of Sushido, got tongue twisted there. This game's got sushi spirits, with a few based on fearsome critters like the Jackalope and Dingbat. With books, the 2015 Fearsome Critters of the Lumberwoods by Hal Johnston is a retelling of William T. Coates' Fearsome Critter book from 1910. The 2017 edition, Fantastic Beasts and Rare to Find Them, by J.R. Rowling, features some fearsome critters, including the Snallygaster, Hodag, Hidebehind, and Wampus Cat. A section of the Book of Imaginary Beings by George Louis Borges describes some fearsome critters, including the Gillygaloo, axe-handled dog, Goofang, a backward swimming fish, tea-kettler, a tea-kettling noise-making dog critter, and more. Even the Percy Jackson books has Artemis mentioning about turning people into jackalopes. And it's not just books either. Even music is inspired by these critters, like the song Sqoink by Genesis and the Canadian rock band Jackalope. Was based off The Witch? Ooh, that's actually pretty cool. Let's see. Truth be told, I'm not gonna be able to do it now in the future, but I do got an idea about a animated opening that I'm gonna do whenever I get like my 5th character and stuff. Yeah, I would love to see it. Let's see. Truth be told, the best way for me to see it though would be on Twitter. I got a Twitter page, Match IQ Dog. On Discord? Yeah, I got a Twitter page. I pretty much go on there to do all my announcements and stuff. And even though I got a Discord and stuff, I rarely even use it myself. Yeah, I really don't use it in general. I'm actually thinking about deleting it, to be honest, since I don't use it all that often. I may just stick with Twitter. So truth be told, if you just want to show me it on Twitter and stuff, that'll be amazing. If that's okay, of course. Alrighty, thank you. Let's see. Now, where was we? We were talking about Sqounk of Genesis. Oh yeah, I'll do that after the stream. Ah, here we go. Let's see, newspapers have mentioned about some of the Fearsome Critters sightings, like the belted buzzard, a buzzard with a bell attached to it, and the Snallygaster 2 in the Maryland News. And finally, to wrap this all up... That'll be, yeah, I can't wait to see him. I think that'll be cool. But, let's go on ahead and finish this up. The stories that lumberjacks and loggers told about the Fearsome Critters has become part of American history, as it kept these men both entertained and maintained vigilance out in the woods. And with there being so many critters that became their own group of creatures of myths and legends, the stories are fast and unique from one beast to another. Whether they are strange, wonderful, imaginative, and deadly. So whether it's a Hidebehind, a Jackalope, Hodag, Argopelter, Hoop Snake, or a Gumberoo, each one is a staple of these American tall-tailed creatures. In other words, these critters are quite fearsome. Get it? Get it? Okay, I'll quit. And with that, that concludes our class of the Fearsome Critters. So what do you guys think of these guys? Are there way too many of them? Are some of them really weird and strange? Would you like to have a pet jackalope? Let me know in the comments section whenever I upload this on my YouTube channel. And with that, this class is done. Now then, for the next creature of the week, which I plan on doing sometime next week, probably closer to the weekend, we're going to be talking about one of Native Americans' most deadliest and evilest mythical creatures around. And this one will really make your skin crawl. I'm gonna let y'all imagine what this creature could be. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Now then, I think what we're gonna do next, after this stream is over with, is that we're gonna be reacting to Jujutsu Kaisen chapters, with chapters 248 to 251. So after I end this stream, if y'all want to give me about like 20 to 30 minutes or so, I'll hop right back on and we'll do some reactions. So yeah, this has been a really fun class. Not only did we learn about these fearsome looking critters, but we also made a brand new friend as well. So Neela, or wait, I am bad at pronunciations. I actually got a pronunciation issue. So if I pronounce your name wrong, I do apologize. But I am glad that you was able to stick around and stuff, and have a blast too. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it though. So with all that out of the way, thank you guys for coming on this fantastic Creature of the Week stream. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did, as we got to learn about these critters that are quite fearsome. And if you wish to see more of these, check me out on my Twitch page. Check me out on my Twitch page. Also check me out on Twitter, along with my Game and React and my main YouTube channel. And leave a like and subscribe to that as well. And with that, I bid this show adieu, and this class adjourn. Oh, and by the way, Neelane, or however I can pronounce your name, welcome to the guild, and I hope you have a blast here. And with that, we're gonna end this now. So see you guys. So long. Bye-bye. Okay, bye.